Hey guys, welcome back, and today we're taking a look at this DL1000. This is my personal bike. It is a Suzuki V-Strom. It's a 2018 model, which means it's one generation back from the new ones. And we're going to be mounting a set of bars on this thing, onto this sweetheart. There's one of them, there's the other one, and these sit on here kind of like this and become kind of guards, so to speak. We're going to be mounting those up. This is the Genuine Suzuki Accessory, and the part number for them is right there, the 990D0-31J00-030 or 031, your choice, I guess. But we have the official instructions, and if you're wondering what you get when you buy this from Suzuki, you get both sides of this bar. You also get this crossover bar and the clamps that hold it on. We get 2 bolts that we're going to replace with engine mounts. This is a long engine mount bolt we're going to replace. We have a pile of washers right here. We have a smaller pile of washers here. We got the 2 Allen-headed bolts that are going to hold these dealy bobbers on, along with the washers for that. We got 3 collars on here, and then we also have some vibration dampeners that sit right inside of here and inside here. So we're going to get these installed. Let's get her done. All right, we're going to be pulling this engine bolt, and we're also going to be pulling this one. And we're going to do it on both sides. We're going to do one side at a time. However, this bolt goes clear through. There it comes loose. Hot dog. And now, for my next trick, we'll go ahead and see if we can get the other one out, which is this one right here. That's the other one with this engine mount. It's pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is the same bolt we took loose on the other side. And you can see that's a little crusty. This is the other one on this side. We'll pop this one out and then we'll start putting things together. All right. That's how this one, I believe, goes on this side. Kind of like that. And we got to put a bunch of spacers and collars and such in here. Collar should just sit there, maybe. Then we'll put our bolt through here. Supposed to be a washer on the outside of it? That just seems like it ought to have a washer. Yes, it does. Like so, and then we'll start this in here. Give that a bit of a twirling so it just stays in place. See if we can let that hang there without scratching the frame so much. Now we got to figure out what we're going to stack here. We schmoed our bolt up, so maybe we can prevent some rust there. And this gets 5 of the other washers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What a strange way to do it. I think if I was doing it in my garage at home and designing this, I might stack washers, but you would think a manufacturer would have a better plan than stacking washers. They want that like that. 5 washers stacked up. We need an 8mm Allen. See if we can find one of those real quick. All right, we got our 8mm Allen. We'll just lightly set this in place. You know, back that off just a touch. That gets a nut on the other end. And it does not get a washer on the outside. So one bar is on. Now we're going to move back to the other side and put the other one on. We got our bolt sticking out here, and it's going to get 2 washers. 2 washers and the larger spacer. It says to put the washers on first. Who knows? Got our Allen bolt. 1 washer on it, and then this one has the collar that goes in there like the other one. Except it only gets 2 washers. So we'll put in there as such. Goes on there. Lightly set this into place. hang that on that bolt back there, and it's got its washers and stuff in place as well. Now, we need our new washer, our new lock nut. It gets a washer under it, like so. And you know, I was going to do an unboxing to this, but this stuff didn't come in a box. It just come wrapped up in bubble wrap. I never thought I'd see something from the manufacturer that was packaged the way this was, but that's the way it was. Now, all this stuff showed up in good condition, so I can't really complain about that, but it just did not come in a nice box. And for what these cost, it really ought to come in a pretty nice box. A display box, maybe. Just lightly snug that. Now then, we need to tighten this down, and we'll do the same thing we did before. And I'm going to run it down real quick with this. Now, before we go crazy installing this thing, we've got sticky pads, 2 with holes in it, that are going to go in here and go around that pin. You're not even looking at me. Inside there, right inside there, we have a sticky pad, and it goes inside on that. Now, there's 2 of them that don't have holes as well, and they're going to go in these caps. So we're just going to take these and stick them inside the caps just to the side of that slot, like that. Maybe straighter, but like that nonetheless. All right, we're going to do the other 2. Alrighty, I think we're ready to try this. We got all our little pads put in place. And I think this is going to set on here like this and like this. And like I feared, we already got everything a little too tight. So let's loosen up our top mount up here, or forward mount maybe, a while, and see if we can get this bar to gingerly love into place. Looks like we have to loosen up the back one too, of course. That should do it. Whoa! Get you pointing up just a touch more. And we're going to set this in place from one side to the other. And we'll try to find that little hole that it's supposed to center up on. And I think I've got this backwards. I think this needs to go this way. Because I'd really like for it to clear the exhaust. And it will that way. All right, we got that on the little dowel pin back here. And then we're going to take our cappy thingy over it like that. And then we have an Allen bolt and washer that sits in here like so. See if I can get it on this side so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just squeezing this down. And then I'm going to start this in here. That nut is at an angle where it should be when it's tightened, but it really doesn't apply so much whenever it's crooked. Let's see if it'll start without the clamp in the way, like this. Okay, that's the angle we're hunting for, and that's a terrible angle because it's way down there. Let's see if we can love that up just a little bit. There, I like that better. Now we'll pull this back out. Make sure this is still over our pins in the hole, and the other bar is falling down now. There we go. I do believe it is in the hole. So we'll give this a light squeeze. The grease rag was an ingenious idea that just was in the way. So I'm trying to be very gentle with the pliers. See if we can get this thing to start in here this time. It might be at too much of an angle. There we go. It's not cross-threading, it's going in very easy. We're going to leave that just that tight, and then we're going to go perform the same miracle on the other side. So I'll get it done, and then I'll bring you back. we got this started on both sides, so it's in place now, and it's missing the exhaust and all that. So we need to go ahead and torque these down, then we'll torque this down. Now my thought is I need to torque down the big bolt first and then these. Don't know it's going to make any difference, but it might. Who knows? All right, I got a super long T-handle on the other side, so I might be able to hold it with one hand and torque with the other. There we go. There we go. I'm going to go torque the same bolt on the other side. All right. That'll do our install of these. Let's go over these real quick. I've noticed a couple of things. One is I do like the way they look on the bike. What I don't like is this silver is shinier than this silver. It's also shinier than the engine silver. So this is the shiniest, lightest color silver on the whole thing. I'm instantly wishing I'd have went with the black ones. But there we are. The other thing that I really don't like, and let me show you here if I can. See the end of this bolt? It already looks rusty. And I think that's going to be an issue over time. Now let's go look at the other end of that same bolt. This is the other end of that same large bolt that goes all the way through. Now, you may be wondering, is that a used bolt? No, that's the bolt that comes with the kit. And compared to the rest of the kit, this bolt looks like crud. Now, if I was buying this kit aftermarket, I might expect some of this, but this is not an aftermarket kit. This is a genuine Suzuki Accessory. And I am not pleased with the quality of the finish on that bolt whatsoever. So that's a couple of little nitpicky things. And I realize it's nitpicky, but these are not cheap from Suzuki. I like the way they look on it, but it's just a couple of things. The silver is just not the right color. The other thing that kind of concerns me a little bit about the quality of the mounting on this thing is we're stacking washers in here to make the space right. Let me know what you think down in the comments. While you're down there, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Doesn't cost you a thing. Helps me out. Helps me keep going on this thing. And also, let me know what you think about these. Do you like the Suzuki ones? Do you like the aftermarket ones? Is it just a colossal waste of time and money? You know, let me know what you think. Thanks a lot for watching. God bless.